Do you sometimes get blocks during your healing or reading practices? Does the energy feel heavy or weighed down? Is it your own energy? Or is it the readings themselves, meaning the people that you're reading? If you're starting out as a healing practitioner or medium, or maybe just thinking about it, you're on the verge of finding out exactly how to bring more clarity to your practice in this episode. And if you're not searching for that and you are a seasoned practitioner, then tune in anyhow. Welcome to Cosmic Verge. I'm Evelyn Baier, a certified intuitive life coach and medium. This podcast is designed to help readers and healers navigate all those tricky energy blocks that will sometimes come up in their work or personal lives. And today, we will explore how to navigate both. So let's talk about the first big energy block, which is self-doubt. Self-doubt, which is one of them. So when a reader experiences self-doubt, it can sort of cloud the entire reading. And this is where the foggy mirror comes in. And in case you're wondering what that exactly is, the foggy mirror is a metaphor for how our doubts can fog up our perspective. And a fear of failure or a fear of the unknown is also causation behind that. So again, wiping away the fog, or for a better description, condensation building up in the mirror. So let me explain the terminology a little bit better, because I think it will help clear up anything that clouds your perception during a reading. And before I go on, negative feelings can lower our vibrations. They can totally just stump us, because what it does is it just completely forms a block. And this pertains to anger and fear, will often lead to a lack of self-trust and opening up a plethora of technical issues for the reader. It'll just dismantle a reader. It'll dismantle their reading capabilities. And what lack of self-trust does is it disarms you all the way as a practitioner. And it lowers vibrations. And for cartomancer, which is a French term for tarot readers, questioning yourself makes it hard to trust your intuition. It just does. There's no way of getting around it. And the more confident you are, the better you will sense the subtle energy. And everything will click into place. The better you are at grounding yourself. The same principle applies for those practicing psychometry and for quantum or Reiki healers as well. And one of the things, at least with readers, is they have a tendency to see things and doubt them because they're blocking their perception, basically. And I think this would pertain to Reiki practitioners also. They may doubt what they're feeling. They may not be sure. So one of the things that you want to do is clear your aura of any negativity prior to any reading or healing session, because what that is going to do is just going to put this huge block up, and you're just not going to know which end is up, and you're going to not know if what you're seeing is actually what you're seeing. And when I say negativity, I am referring to the emotions left over from personal conflict or stress, that fight you had with your spouse or your teenager, or, that lady in the checkout lane that was being a jerk, stuff like that. Anything, a person, a rude driver, anything, bills piled up on your desk, anything like that will just totally dismantle you. So it's essential to perform an energy clearing so everything feels refreshed and balanced. And this needs to be done before and after each session. And think of it as clearing or cleaning your house, but instead of cleaning your house, you're clearing the energy around you, hence giving the energy a good sweep out the door to refresh your surroundings. You also probably would like to ask for the white light of protection prior to any reading or healing practice. Remember that you are going to absorb some type of energy and you need to protect yourself from that. Also, keeping proper crystals at hand is helpful, and shungite and obsidian are good protective stones. I believe amethyst is another one, but it'll also help with clarity. Shungite protects from electromagnetic frequencies, which would be, to me, if you're having dealings with a spirit or somebody's negative energy, It also provides a sense of calm and balance. And while obsidian helps with grounding and absorbing excess or negative energy, I also like to just meditate with that. It's grounding. I think I use it more for the grounding in a lot of cases. So for opening up a session, use blue lace agate and aquamarine. They will help you express yourself easily and more openly. Also, it will help true thoughts flow naturally. You won't have so much of just, when you're doing a reading and you feel like your brain stopped with something, it's kind of clogged. Next, we move into meditation to bring in a sense of calm, and grounding your root and sacral chakra is one of the ways to feel stable and centered. In fact, I believe it's a must. And so before I sit down for my readings, I make sure that I cleanse my space, do a meditation, and cleanse after, and do a mini meditation of just closing down afterwards, because you will hang on to all that energy and it'll stay with you. And that's one thing you don't want to take to bed with you. That's just big ick, And smudging is a wonderful ritual for cleansing your space and also centering your energy to help you feel more at ease. These are just important practices. And to me, you cannot do a really good reading if you've got all this residual, energy building up. So things to also consider when emotions or personal feelings come into play, they will definitely cloud your intuition, and you need to leave those at the door. Whether it's online readings, phone readings, in-person readings, those need to be checked in at the door. I don't care how angry you were when you left your house. You need to let that go. Box breathing is really good for that, quick meditation, and it's a bit like creating a calm mental waiting room, because the reader's going to pick up on that a little bit in some cases, even if they're not open like you are. They're going to pick up on the fact that something isn't quite right, possibly with the tone of your voice. And it's also going to show in your readings as well. And you just want to make sure you maintain a clear and focused stance for yourself while you're doing these readings. And just relax and enjoy it, and just be positive, and just remember that you're helping people. That's the most important factor. Is as a reader, we are healers. We're helping people. We're showing people things. I mean, we can't show them everything, but we're here to guide them through, through thick and thin, through changes in their lives, through anything they're transitioning through. They're going to look to you for guidance, and you want to be in that good place where you're focused and you're calm and you're relaxed. So here's a quick recap. It is important to maintain self-trust during readings, and wiping away the fog starts with a stable base of meditation. And once again, you could go down the whole grid, which I did not mention at the beginning of this podcast. That would probably be the best thing to do, actually. But you will find days when you feel like you need to focus on one chakra or another. And to me, the two basic important chakras, believe it or not, are your root and your sacral, because they give you safety and grounding. And without those, you're not going to be able to migrate through a reading properly. And of course, you want to open up the rest of your chakras and cleanse them too. But I tend to focus a little bit more on my base, which is my root, and my sacral, which is above it. Those are very important. Those are going to ground you. And the rest of it, of course, is important, because you can't have one without the other going through all your chakras. A crown, definitely, if your crown isn't open, the rest of it's not going to be open. But this podcast is really about grounding yourself. So spiritual abilities that you already possess will be blocked if one chakra is blocked. So you really want to focus on that. And so just remember that grounding is about staying in the present moment. It's staying in that focal point. And while centering is about finding that balanced, peaceful state, which is very important. They both work well together if you can clear your chakras and you can ground yourself. And using crystals may be helpful in grounding and clearing also. In fact, I think they're more than helpful. They may aid in clarity as well. And this will help readers to see the picture more clearly also. It all works together in a neat little package if you practice grounding and cleansing. And last but not least, always remember to smudge before and after each session. If you can't burn sage for any reason, you have allergies or somebody in your house has a breathing problem, your best bet would be to use some Florida water, filtered water, with a little bit of witch hazel in a spray bottle, and you can just kind of spray that area. I find that works just as well. And if you find your good old-fashioned grounding practice of smoking, burning sage, or Palo Santo works for you, or even incense, frankincense, anything like that, then you can continue the practice of smoking. But I definitely would push before and after, because I think that works, for me, at least that works rather well. And after your meditation, what you would need to do is, while you're practicing proper grounding, you want to eat something with protein and carbohydrates in it, and just always close out your sessions properly so you're not carrying energies around that you don't need to have hanging around in your space. So that's it for today. And if this is your first time tuning in, be sure to subscribe. And if you are interested in learning more about personal transformation through divination, go to www.evelynsbaier.com or click on the website link below.